Hey guys, welcome to another story time with Miss Chambers. We are going to continue with our book, which is Encyclopedia Brown and the Case of the Secret UFOs by David Sobel. Once again, we just want to thank the publisher for giving us permission to read this book and post it online. So thank you to Penguin Group for allowing us to do that. Today's case is called The Case of the Giant Shark Tooth. Let's begin. Encyclopedia Brown was eating an apple when Charlie Stewart walked into his garage. "Ah," said Charlie, "you must have a loose tooth." "Don't jump to conclusions," said Encyclopedia. "Appearances can fool you. Every detective knows that." Charlie looked disappointed. "You mean you don't have a loose tooth?" "Afraid not," said Encyclopedia. "The truth is, I just like apples." "Too bad," said Charlie. "It's a well-known fact that eating an apple is a good way to get a loose tooth to come out." "Well known to you, Charlie," said Sally, "but not to everyone else." This was true. Charlie Stewart was the proud owner of Idaville's best tooth collection. Other kids might put their baby teeth under their pillows, hoping to get money from the tooth fairy. Not Charlie. His baby teeth were the first things he had collected. He kept them in a display at home, each one labeled with the date it had fallen out. Although he also had a bear tooth, a lion's tooth, and a rattlesnake fang. He wasn't satisfied, though. He was always on the lookout for new teeth to collect. "Haven't found any hen's teeth yet, have you?" Sally asked. "That would be really something," said Charlie. "As I suspect you already know, hens don't have teeth." "Beaks don't count?" said Charlie. "Not the same at all. Sharks do have teeth, rows and rows of them. That's why I'm here. Duke Kelly, one of Bugs's meanie tigers, is selling what he says are the largest shark teeth ever. If it's true, I just have to have one. It would be the star of my collection." "Duke Kelly's family has a boat," says Encyclopedia. "I don't know how many fish stories they have to go with it." "Neither do I," said Charlie. He put a quarter down on the gasoline can. "That's why I want to hire you to come with me. Duke says he's selling the teeth for a good cause. The Children's Hospital in Cincinnati will get the money." Sally snorted. "The only place the money will go is in Duke's pocket." "That may be," said Charlie, "but a chance to get a special shark's tooth is too good to pass up." "We'll soon find out," said Encyclopedia, one way or the other. Duke was making his pitch down at the dock by the marina. A crowd of young boys and girls listened to what he had to say. "Glad to see so many of you believe in me," he began, "because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. That doesn't come around very often." He glanced at Encyclopedia and Sally. "I'm sure there are a few doubters here, but they're welcome. Who knows, maybe they'll see the error of their ways." Sally folded her arms. "So let me explain," Duke went on. "My uncle is a deep-sea fisherman. It's cold, back-breaking work, but he loves it. It's a life of adventure and surprises." "I wonder if he really isn't a pirate," Sally whispered. "Sometimes the surprises aren't good ones," Duke went on. "Last week, my uncle had one of the worst surprises ever. He was about 6 miles out when he hooked an enormous shark on one of his lines. The shark didn't give up. It pulled and thrashed for hours. 3 times my uncle thought the fishing line would break. 3 times the line held. Finally, the shark wore itself out. Or at least that's what my uncle thought. He reeled it in. As he was lifting it onto the deck, the shark started thrashing again. My uncle jumped back to safety. The shark crashed a few things on the deck before he finally stopped moving. It was 9 feet long from nose to tail, with the fiercest teeth my uncle had ever seen. Luckily, he recognized that this shark was really old. Because it was so old, it had really large teeth. He sent me a box of them to sell." Duke reached down into a box at his side and pulled out a long white tooth. "Whoa," said Charlie. "Look at the size of that thing." "Scary, huh?" said Duke. "Even from a distance, you can see how jagged it is. You shouldn't wonder at that. Given everything a shark chews on, you'd expect a lot of wear and tear." That doesn't count the things it swallows whole, Charlie whispered. Duke walked around with the tooth, making sure everyone got a good look. Shark's teeth like this are pretty rare. That's why I'm asking $10 a piece. That's a real bargain for something this unusual. A lot of the kids came forward to stand in line. Even Sally was a little impressed. Charlie, though, could barely contain himself. Wow, this is really amazing. A tooth like that would be the highlight of my collection, right, Encyclopedia? A shark tooth is certainly worth having, Encyclopedia answered, but in this case, I wouldn't bite. Why not? So, take a minute, pause. Do you know the answer? Can you crack the case? Was there something I read that was a clue? I'm trying to think as well. You keep thinking. I'm going to turn to our page for our solution. Do you have it yet? If not, here's our solution. Unlike most animals with teeth, sharks don't keep their adult teeth for their whole life. They actually lose all their teeth every month or so when new ones grow in to replace the worn out old ones. Therefore, sharks' teeth do not get the chance to grow over time, as Duke said. When Encyclopedia confronted Duke with the facts, Duke admitted that he made the shark's teeth himself. He had carved them out of wood and painted them white. His fake shark teeth ended up in the trash, along with his dream of some quick cash. So, did you know the answer? Did you know that about shark teeth? That's a very random, weird fact you might know, but some of you, I bet, did know that. I did not know that sharks don't keep their teeth for their whole life. So when he was telling his story saying, oh, it was one of the oldest sharks, we know that it wasn't because it would not have had those old shark teeth. So I definitely needed the solution. What about you? Tell me in the comments, did you know? Did you know this random shark fact? Is it just me that didn't know that? Or did you need the solution? Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.